hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this
Give
day
us
our
this
daily
day
bread.
our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Okay, so today I will be discussing to you how to analyze and design consequently uh, a beam, no? Basically, no? The formula that we will be using from beams, columns, and beams, slabs, and columns are almost identical. Okay, ganyan ang kagandahan ni ni advantage of RC, no, as compared to steel and timber. Halos parehas lang naman ang formula, no, and it will be derived according to what we call based on doon sa libro ni Dit Gilisanya, nandun yung derivation. Okay, mahaba yung maganda yung discussion niya doon. Please study it. Okay, so literally, madali lang naman tandaan yung formula, no? The formula, the derived formula. Kasi ang concept nito, simultaneously, meron tayong tension and compression. Compression at the middle span, okay, above the middle span is under compression. Yung zone niya, no? While below is tension. Kaya nagkaroon to ng there are two particular forces, parang couple. Okay? You know what is a couple? So itong couple na to, basically, please open your cam, Gahete, Guerrero, and Chua. Okay, the three of you, paki-open nyo nga. Or else you will be marked absent later on. Guerrero and Gahete, paki-open nyo. Yan, thank you. So technically, doon sa tatlong ano na to, so in the solution process, therefore, mag-moment ka lang naman diyan eh. Take a moment, no, along the longitudinal at saka longitudinal axis along the tension and compression. Sandali, i-share ko sa inyo yung ano Naglobat lang tong tablet ko eh. Okay. I will share it. Okay. Kasi hindi man pag-iinit yung ginamit. Dali lang ha.
Ako sa kanila sigurado na lapit. Niwalay ko na nga lapit ko. Pagkataklase.
So singly reinforced lang muna tayo. I'm going to discuss yung singly reinforced concrete beam, no? Okay? So ano ba itong singly? Pag sinabi kasing singly, actually wala naman talagang singly reinforced in the actual. All of the application is doubly. Kasi ang required ng code, minimum required na code is that there are two continuous top bar and two continuous bottom bar. Tigalawa, no? Kaya parang lumalabas, doubly talaga. Minimum required yun, using 12 millimeter diameter. Okay? That is the first requirement. So every design, theoretical yung one way ay singly reinforced. It is a theoretical matter yun, no? It's not done in the actual. Walang ganun sa beam na okay, such as singly. Pero for the sake of discussion, okay, because of the discussion, concerning the discussion theoretically, they conceptualize that for probability or possibility that the beams can be also considered as singly reinforced. Iyon ang concept niya, no? Wherein sabi nga natin, tension, concrete is weak under tension but strong under compression. Ayan, okay? Sandali, i-share ko lang, ha? Don't close your camera. Paki-open lang. Samsung, Menpin. Okay, please open then and cruise. Paki-open nyo lang lahat, ha? Okay. I will share screen, ha? Okay, sandali lang, ha? I will share it. Discuss ko lang yung how this particular formulas that we are going to use, no? So madali lang to technically, ha. Ang RC is madali as compared to as compared to no? Okay. RC beam. Design muna tayo, no? Singly reinforced concrete beam.
Ako sigurado ko kasi si Rachel gusto ito. Pero ito, wala na kung pag-obligate. Yung kahapon yung
Yan. Okay, ito muna ang unang ano natin is design problem to. How do we design beams accordingly, no? Okay. Basically, we're given here a beam. Meron tayong beam dito, no? Okay, there is a beam. Likewise, itong beam na to, subjected to dead load and live load. Ngayon, tignan nyo mamaya yung, ano nyo, yung, you look at your, Dit Gilisanya. Have you bought Dit Gilisanyas book, class? Okay, bumili na ba kayo ng bro? Okay, good. So, yan. Babasahin natin isa-isa. Okay. So, in the solution process for designing a singly reinforced concrete beam, so please refer that to our book. Okay. Okay. So, ito yung mga this is a simple span. Napakadali nito. Simple span beam loaded as shown. Given yung niya, given yung FC prime, that is actually the compressive strength of concrete, and the yield strength is 415 megapascal. That is the yield strength of the metal. Sabi ko nga ganon, in our analysis, assume muna natin that steel yields. Kaya usually, ang ginagamit natin for the strength of material, tensile strength is the FY. Kaya last time I discussed to you the grading system, di ba? Pag FY, this is grade 60 by the way, ha? This is grade 60. Kasi 415 is equivalent to 60 KSI, more or less, okay? And then there is steel cover of 60 millimeter. So, basically, yung analysis, okay, of finding the dead load and giving the dead load and the live load, gagawa tayo muna ng tinatawag na procedure or steps katulad ng ginagawa natin sa steel design. Okay, so the first step, pakibasa nyo nga, ikaw na nga, Russell Allen, meron ka bang, iho? Do you have the Dit Gilisanyas book? Meron kang Dit Gilisanyas book? Russell? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Basahin mo yung number 1. What is the first step? I think that is found in the first chapter. First or second chapter. Hanapin nyo. Yung analytical step for singly reinforced concrete beam. What is step 1? I think step 1 is load analysis. Paki-check nyo nga. Hanapin nyo. Have you seen, Russell?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. Hanapin nyo. Nandyan yan. Analytical steps for singly reinforced concrete beam. Sino nakahanap na? Para mabilis tayo. Hello? Sino nakahanap? Did you find? Did you find it? Tingnan nyo dyan, sa initial, sa initial page, in chapter 1 or 2 yata, singly reinforced concrete beam. Hello? Nakita na? By Dit Gilisanya? Wala pa rin? Di pa rin nakahanap? O sige, mamaya hanapin nyo, ha? Sundan nyo, ha? Okay, hanapin nyo. Nandyan yan. It's all found then. So, yung first step is load analysis. Identifying the load. Ito, ibig sabihin, identified, ang dead load and live load. Usually, lahat kasi ng klase ng dead load materials, like ano ba mga dead load materials? Floor tiles, yan. Ceiling, okay, partition, okay, they are all dead loads, including the weight of the beam and the slab. So, everything here, makikita nyo yan doon sa NSCP. Nandun lahat yan in kilopascal, no? They are found in the NSCP, lahat yan in kilopascal. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng kilopascal? That is kilonewton per meter squared. That is load per area. In general, load per area yun, ha? Hindi yan uniform load, ha? Okay? Pero, ang ginagawa natin, tinatransfer natin from the floor to the beam itself para maging uniform load yan. Actually, there are formulas that we can use for us to consider load transfer. And also for the live load. Sa live load naman, pag residential or type of occupancy, okay, tingnan nyo rin yung NSCP nyo, yung loading, nandun din siya. Usually, the value for the residential is 1.9. Okay? Or kaya 2 kilopascal. Yan. Pag commercial, school building, hospital, meron din sila correspondingly. Mas mataas definitely, no? It can be more than 4 kilopascal. Ayun. Hanapin nyo na lang ulit sa NSCP, ha? So please repair all of this matter sa NSCP when it comes to load. So therefore, dito naman sa problem natin, identified na yung load. Oh. Meron na siyang superimposed dead load na 20 kilonewton per meter at saka live load. So wala nang problema, nandito na siya. Okay? Naka-impose na sa beam. Identified na. Oh. Yun. So that is the first step, identifying the load. Okay, so dead load. Sulat ko na lang dito, ha. Huwag nyo lang copyan. I will send it to you later on, ha. So dead load is 20. And then the live load is 10. Identifying the load. Meron na. So these are called superimposed dead load. Hindi pa kasama rito ng weight ng beam. So sabi ko nga sa inyo last time in our steel and timber, palagi natin isasama yung structural components sa dead load. Ayan, yung weight niya. Okay, yung bigat niya. Okay, in the case of beam, wala. Hinahanap natin yan. And ang priority natin, class, is to design consequently the beam at the middle span where maximum moment will occur, and i-design natin. So technically, yung section niya, number 1, the section B, okay, and then the thickness. Basically, itong beam section na to, meron tayong tinatawag na effective depth D. What is the effective depth D? Yung effective depth D na yan, if you will read the book of Dilsania, yan yung distance from the top fiber, okay, down to the center line of your steel reinforcement. Center line yan, ha? And then yung nasa ilalim naman niya is the steel cover. Dito sa problem, it is given as 60 mm yung steel cover, class. Ibig sabihin, yan yung distance naman from the bottom fiber, okay, or extreme fiber, to the centroid sa gitna, ha? Okay, there you are. So, yun ang first priority natin, yung section. Section yun. This is the section of SRCB. Yan, section of SRCB. Okay, yan ang section ang hahanapin natin, ha? Take note, ha? Okay, yun ang first priority natin pag singly reinforced. Pag nag-design tayo, yung section, hanapin mo rin yung width, tapos hanapin mo yung thickness, and including the effective depth. Una muna, basically, effective depth muna, yung D. Okay? So, yun ang first priority natin, our objective in the design. Okay? So, next. Okay. Also, we designed the reinforcement AS. Siyempre, yung bakal. Kailangan yan. Pag, sabi ko nga, last time, pagka walang bakal, under the, kasi ilalim ng bottom fiber, below the bottom fiber is under tension of the neutral axis. Okay, technically, no? Yung neutral axis niya. So, mababa siya, no? Okay. So, pag mababa yun, okay, technically, magpe-fail siya dahil kailangan natin ng reinforcement with that particular portion of the beam sa ilalim. Okay? Now, therefore, okay, the next step, any question by the way? Step 1.
Sir, question po. Kasi nakalagay po sa diagram, dead load is 20 kilonewton meter, tapos live load is 10 kilonewton meter. Bakit po nakalagay sa, na dead load is 10 kilonewton meter din po?
10 kilonewton? 20 yan, ah.
Ayun nga po. Pero nakalagay po sa ilalim ng analysis, 10 kilonewton meter po.
20 yun, that is 20.
Sige. Thank you po.
20 yan. Kilonewton per meter, hindi kilonewton meter. 20 kilonewton. Kasi convert na to into uniform load. Okay? 20 yun. Okay? O, maliwanag, ha? O, wala pa? May question pa? Okay, another question? None? Wala? Okay, good.
Sir, ano po rin yung SE?
Steel cover. SC steel cover. Lahat ng parameters, define yan, nandiyan dyan sa book ni Dilsania, pati yung derivation, nandyan, pag-aralan nyo na lang. Okay? Nandyan lahat yan. Everything is there. Pati yung formula, no? For bending moment, yung ultimate capacity. Okay? Kasi kadalasan, ang hanapin natin dito, because flexural strength, ibig sabihin, related to sa moment. Kasi magkakaroon to ng bending moment, no? Above tension at saka compression. Kaya importante, you study yung derivation kasi mahaba-haba yun kaya hindi ko na i-discuss. Pag-aralan nyo na lang, nandiyan yung derivation and all the parameters i-define ni ni Dit Gilisanya, ha? But necessary kung kailangan yung itanong nyo sa akin later on, okay? How this particular formula was determined. Okay, so marami yan, ha? Mamaya di-discuss natin yan isa-isa. Okay, next. Step 2, kailangan mag-assume tayo ng weight ng beam. Sino nakahanap na yung analytical step? Ikaw, Panis nga, baka nahanap mo na ano yung step 2 dyan? I know that is the weight of the beam. Panis, paki-sabi mo nga, anong sabi niya? Sige, read.
Approximate the weight of beam dead
Okay.
load as follows. Ay, example po pa. Yun yung ano.
Sige. Come on, tatlo yan eh. Tatlo yung weight ng beam as yung assumption.
Yung ano po, yung small beams, medium
Okay.
size beams, and then
Okay.
large size beams.
Right. O anong inassume natin? So pwede ka raw ano yung value pag small, medium at saka large beam. Come on, dali, go ahead. Pag small, what is the assumed weight of beam?
2 kilonewton meter po.
Okay, 2
Yes, ma'am.
kilonewton. Yan, okay. Next, ano pa?
Then
Pag
medium 3.5.
Yun, okay. Inassume ko 3.5, ha? Inassume ko muna siya na 3.5, okay? Kasi bakit 3.5? Kasi medyo mahaba-haba ng konti, okay? Ideally, between 0 to 1 to 4 meters, pwede siyang small beam. 1 to 3 meters, small beam, tapos 4 meters to about 6 meters, pwede siyang medium, kasi malaki na yung moment niya. And then, 6 to 10 meters large beam. More or less, yun ang pwede natin gawing basihan, no? Or including the load, perhaps, sometimes. Kasi pag malaki din yung load, it will produce a large moment, no? So, that is the basis. Kaya nagbigay ng suggested beam, si Dit Gilisanya, to assume the weight accordingly. Kasi wala pa tayong weight, wala pang section. Okay? You cannot determine the weight, the actual weight, unless they have the section. Okay? Maliwanag yun, ha? So, inassume muna natin na medium size beam, no? Medium size beam. Okay? So, 3.5. This is only applicable for, by the way, design. Pagka sa actual, yung investigation, wag niyo a-assume, ha? O katulad ng ginagawa niyo last time sa design sa steel and timber, dinidesign niyo pa, hindi na. Pag investigation, kadalasan given na yung section. Investigate na lang natin, no? Whether they are safe or not. Parang ganun lang, no? Something like that, no? It is safe or not, okay? So, inassume natin na medium size, so 3.5. Next. Sige. Panes, go ahead. Step 3.
Step 3 po ay compute the factored load on different load combinations.
Okay. Ngayon, meron kayo dyan, just sa chapter 1, nandiyan yung factor loading. Kinukombine natin yung various load. Halimbawa, pag gravity load, meron tayong dead load, tapos meron tayong dead load plus live load, tapos dead load plus live load, and all other environmental loading system, katulad ng earthquake, wind, soil, water, or fluid. So tingnan nyo na lang dyan, nandyan din yan. You can find it there in the first part of the discussion. Hanapin nyo siya, no? Ang tawag natin dyan, factor loading, using ultimate strength design. Kasi bakit ultimate? Kasi pinapactor nga natin. We are factoring all the load. O, halimbawa, ang combination mo, pag purely dead load only, 1.4 lang yan. Pag walang live load, ha? Okay, for gravity load. Ngayon, pag hinaluan mo siya ng live load, either combination of point load, gravity, point load, uniform load, uniformly varying load, as long na nag-appear si live load at saka si dead load in the loading system. So, ang factor niya under the new NECP 2010 and 15, it is 1.2 of the dead load plus 1.6 of the live load. Actually, na-discuss ko na sa inyo to sa steel, di ba? Can you recall sa steel? yung factor loading using LRFD naman doon at saka ASD. Naalala nyo? Naalala nyo yun, class? Hello? Yun, ito rin yun. Ito rin yung application, Same with steel. So, i-reviewin nyo na lang yun, with steel design. Okay? So, any question? May tanong dito. Wala. So, ganun, i-combine ngayon natin lahat ng dead load. Pagsamahin mo ang dead load. Ano ba yung dead load sa problem? Ang dead load sa problem, 20, okay, plus yung weight ng beam. As yung weight ng beam, kasi dead load din siya eh. Okay? Pag beam, dead load din yun. So, that will be 20 plus 3.5. Ayun, there you are, no? Okay? Si live load, nag-iisa lang yan. 10 ang given, 10 kilonewton per meter. Ayun. Okay, so, sama niyo siya, 1.6 of 10. Now, the total is 44.2. Paki-compute nyo nga kung tama. Please check kung tama. Tama ba? Hello?
Tama po.
Okay, good. Tama. So, ang lumabas sa kanya, 44.2. So, any question about step 3? Na-compute natin yung ultimate load. I repeat, para to sa steel design, yung LRFD. Kino-compute natin yung ultimate moment and ultimate load. So, computein mo muna yung ultimate load by using load factor, no? Dito, ang tawag dito, USD, under USD, ultimate strength design. Okay? Ang tawag sa concrete. Sa steel naman, LRFD yon. Load Resistance Factor Designs. Pareho lang yon. Technically, pareho lang class. Okay? Okay, question?
Sir, saan pa lang galing yung 1.4D?
Ay, yun na kanina, hindi ka ba nakikinig, Iha? Kanina
Nawawala-wala po yung connection ko eh.
makinig ka maigi, para hindi ka
Yes, ma'am.
tanong ng
Sa
tanong.
John, nag-choppy po minsan.
Oo,
Hindi ko
sinabi ko
connection.
makikita nyo lahat ito doon sa chapter 1, nandun yung sa load factor. Binigay ko lang example ng combination. Ito lang kadalasan kasi gagamitin natin, no? For gravity load. Pero yung kumpleto, nandoon. Nandoon lahat sa chapter 1, Basahin niyo sa Git Gilisanyas book. And I repeat, para din tong sa steel design. Walang pinagkaiba sa steel design to. Okay, maliwanag? Ito rin, inulit lang naman natin, di ba, sa steel design, yung LRFD. Ito rin. Okay? Maliwanag, Iha?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Sige,
Thank you.
makinig, Next. So, step 4. Okay, how do we compute now yung ultimate? Go ahead pala, Panes. Ano yung step 4? Hello, Panes. Pakibasa mo nga, Iha.
Hello. Step
Yeah.
4 po, compute the factored moment to be carried by the beam.
Factor moment, correct. Or the ultimate moment due to supplied load. Or actually, ito yung MU max. MU max to, the maximum moment. Alam naman natin, may formula tayo, di ba? So that is the ultimate maximum moment. Lagay ko na lang ultimate maximum moment or MU max. The maximum due to supplied load, ultimate maximum moment or MU max. Yan. Due to supplied load dyan. Okay, how do we compute it? Okay, so pag compute natin yan, technically, ang formula natin, pag yung simply supported, di ba? Uniformly distributed load, WL squared o over 8. So dito, ang gagamitin natin, WU. Kasi load factor design tayo, no? Pinactor natin. So this is MU max. Yan, okay. So substitute mo lang, yung load natin is 44.2 ultimate load. Then the distance is 6 meters or 6 squared, then divided by 8. So the result is 198.9. Paki-double check kung tama. Tama ba? Hello? 198.9. Okay, good. May tanong kayo about the factored moment. Napakadali, di ba? Hello? Napakadali. Ayan. Okay? Ngayon, may cases, yan, ito yung sasabihin ko sa inyo, may cases ngayon na hindi palaging uniform load. Special case to, no? Symmetrically loaded. Maaring unsymmetrical loaded. Minsan mayroong point load, mayroong uniformly varying load combined with uniform load. Ang uniform palagi dito yung beam dead load, ha? Tandaan niyo yan, ha? Kahit walang live load, basta may dead load dyan, kasama yung, pag hindi sinasabing disregard the weight of the beam, palagi yung isasama, ha? Technically, ha? Huwag kayong mag-assume. I repeat, walang assumption na mangyayari pagka investigation, katulad sa steel and timber. Palaging actual, okay, based on the section. Kaya nga, meron times na unsymmetrical. So, anong gagawin pag unsymmetrical? Technically, i-analyze natin. Okay, we determine the reaction, complete yung reactions, tapos we determine the shear and moment. Ayun, shear and moment palagi, hanapin natin yun, ha? We consider the shear and moment in beams. Pwede kayong gumamit ng number 1, pwede nyo gamitan siya ng what is that? Area method. Ayun. Okay, naituro ko na sa inyo sa magmula pa ng MDB, saan pa? Sa TOS, ayan, no, sa tube structure, tapos tinundan pa sa steel and timber design. So marahaba na yung knowledge nyo about this, no? I know that you can do it, okay? Nang tama, ha? So you have to draw the shear and moment in beam using any of the methods that was taught to you, including shear and moment equations. O, maliwanag, ha? Okay? Oh, any questions so far for step 4? So, yun ang gagawin nyo pagka hindi, ha? Eh, siyempre, napakadali naman ito. Napakadali nito pagka ganito ang problem, di ba? So, at least kailangan may application din tayo ng MDB at saka ng TOS. Okay? Tanong, step 4. Wala? Hello? Question? Nan? Come on,
Wala
go
po,
ahead.
sir.
Okay, good. O sige, ayan, nagkakaintindi na kayo, ha? Okay, go ahead, Panis.
Hello.
Panis? Yeah.
Step 5. Try a value of steel ratio from, ano po yung P?
50%, 0.5. 0.5 to 0.6 yata yung sinabi niya dyan. Yan yung sa old edition niya, eh. Between 0.5 to
0.5 to 0.6, but must not be less than
yan, raw. Big
uh,
alphabet yan. Okay, ano itong raw na ito? Raw is steel ratio. Okay, technically, where raw is usually equal, ito yung ratio between area of the steel and area of the concrete. So, raw is equal to steel ratio raw. Bigay ko lang yung formula niya. Ang exact formula niya is that raw is equal to area of steel, ito sa actual, over gross area of concrete, which is effective area of the concrete. Ang effective area niya is the width multiplied by the effective depth. Hindi yung gross area. Pag gross area, total area yon. Pero pag effective lang, BD lang siya. Okay, with the width and that of the effective depth. Tandaan niyo yung pagkakaiba nila. So, ano ba importance, ano ba significance itong steel ratio? Number 1, meron tong limit set by the code. Okay, meron tayong dapat minimum at saka maximum. Pag raw mean, that is the minimum steel ratio, ang formula niya should be 1.4 over Fy. Okay? Ngayon, yung Fy, that is the yield strength. Ang given sa problem is 415. And then we found out, it was found out that it's equal to 0.0034. Yun ang raw mean. Okay? Paki-double check nyo nga. 1.4 over Fy yun. Tingnan nyo mamaya sa formula na lang. Andyan yan, ha? Raw mean. Tama ba? 0.0034. Pwedeng pag-raw, 4 decimal places. I will accept. Pag-raw lang, ha? Steel ratio. Tama? Hello? 1.4 of Fy. Tama ba? Is that correct, class? Teka, nawala ako sa Jambi board, ha? I-ano ko ulit, ha? Wala ako sa Jambi board. Medyo humina yung ano na, ano ko lang, ha? Internet. O, tandaan nyo na, pag rho mean, that is the minimum steel ratio, which is 1.4 over Fy. Yung Fy is the yield strength of the metal or reinforcement. Bakit rho mean? Kasi dapat, ang steel ratio mo, huwag ka raw bababa ng minimum. Pag bumaba ka, ang ibig sabihin nun, kulang ka sa bakal or under-reinforced. Yan. And this is for ductility purposes. Ngayon, pag-aralan nyo, hanapin nyo kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng ductility in the, as one of the properties of the beam. Okay? Of concrete beam, no? Ductility. Ngayon, yung isa naman, yung rho max. Huwag ka rin daw lalagpas ng rho max, essentially, no? Or significantly. Ang rho max naman, yun yung maximum steel ratio. Kasi pag hindi naman pwede rin na masyadong ang maraming bakal, ha? Pag malaking bakal, maraming bakal at maliit lang yung area, so over-reinforce ka naman. Okay, tandaan yun, ha? Practical yun. So over-reinforce ang tawag doon. Again, this is for the purpose of ductility para ma-maintain natin yung balance condition between steel and concrete. Dalawa kasing material yan. Dalawang material that pinagsama natin, kailangan balance lang silang palagi. Hindi pwedeng mas madami isa against the other. Okay, technically. At saka, yung kumbaga sa yung bonding nila, pag sobrang dami ng bakal, ang hirap mo nang i-bond yun. Bonding between bars, concrete at saka steel. O yun pa rin ang isang ano doon, no? Reason, no? So all of this actually are as far as the is concerned is under what we call the ductility of the concrete. And then paki-research nyo na lang yung ductility. Maliwanag? Okay, any question about this? Sandali, nawala yung Jambi board ko, ha? Na yung rho max naman, technically, sa formula ni Dit Gilasanya, tingnan nyo dyan, yung mga formula niyan about steel ratio, ang rho max should be 75% of rho B or 0.75 of rho B. Ano naman tong rho B? Ito yung rho balance. Ibig sabihin, balancing yung bilang ng bakal mo, yung area ng steel mo, as compared to the gross effective area of the concrete. Ayun. Okay? Nag-re-reconnect ako, ha. I was lost with regards to my Jambi board. Biglang interruption, eh. Okay? So far, ganun lang naman idea niyan. Sandali lang, ha. Magsishare lang ako. When I come back, I will continue the discussion. Sandali lang, ha. Nagre-reconnect pa ako. Sandali lang, ha. Okay, so saglit lang, ha, nagre-reconnect, ha. I'm still reconnecting with my Jambi board. At any rate, I hope you can follow with the discussion, okay. And then literally, I might as well be using now my yung pumasok. I'm trying to get my connection. Medyo mabagal, biglang bumagal. Okay. Going back. Balik tayo. Nasa na tayo? Sa steel ratio. Ayan. So, in this steel ratio, ayan, technically, okay. So, ang formula niya, 0.85 of beta 1. What is beta 1? Beta 1 is 0.85. Okay. Lagay ko na lang dito yun. May formula dyan. Ha? Look at your Dit Gilisania's book. Beta 1, okay, is a parameter in which it is equal to 0.85 for all FC prime less than or equal to 30 megapascal. Ang value natin kasi rito sa given in the problem, ang FC prime natin, yung compressive strength is 28. Kaya ang beta 1 dito must be equal to 0.85. Ayun. Gamitin mong value 0.85. Beta 1 is equal to 0.85. Bakit 0.85? Set by the code. Kasi nga, yung compressive strength mo will always, the beta value of beta 1 always depend upon the compressive strength. Okay? So kung ang beta 1 mo, ang FC prime is 28, less than 30 yan, sabi kasi ni code, less than 30 megapascal ang FC prime, use beta 1, equal or less than 30 megapascal. So beta 1 yun. Automatic yun, no? Automatic. Yan. Whereas, pag lumagpas ka naman ng ang gamitin mo ng beta 1, may formula. There is a formula set by the code. Again, nandyan yan sa libro, for finding beta 1 under the NSCP 2010 and 15. Ang sabi naman niya, use the value of beta 1 equal to 0.85. Tingnan nyo sa Dit Gilisania's book 0.85 minus, okay, 0.05 divided by 7, then multiply by quantity FC prime, yung actual FC prime given minus 30. O, yun ang formula niya. Okay? That is the second option, no? Or the second condition. Pag lumagpas daw ng 30 megapascal. Okay? Whereas, sabi niya rin, hindi rin ang lahat daw ng value ng beta 1, huwag din daw bababa ng 0.65. Okay? So, ang limit set by the code is that it must be between 0.65 to 0.85. 0.65 yung pinaka-minimum and then 0.85 yung pinaka-maximum. Theoretically, Okay. So, yun, O, maliwanag? Ngayon, doon sa formula ngayon, nung pag-compute ng Robbie, that is 0.85 of FC prime. Ano ang FC prime natin given in the problem is 28. Multiplied by 600. Okay? And then, all over, quantity, quantify mo divided by FY. Ang FY natin is 415. Then, multiplied by quantity, 600 plus 415. Okay? So, yan. 600 plus 415. Ngayon, paki-compute nyo nga, ang lumabas dito, 0.0288. Ang tawag dito, Robbie, balance steel ratio. Tama ba? Hello? Tama?
Tama po.
Okay, good. Ayan. Maliwanag Ayan, good. Thank you. So, at this point, ayan, meron ka ng Robbie. How about yung Romax naman? Ito yung maximum steel ratio. Dapat, wag daw siyang lalagpas ng 75% ng 0.0288. Ito yung maximum. So, ang lumabas na value is 0.0216. Paki-double check kung tama. Yung Romax. Is that correct? Hello?
Yes po, correct.
Okay, good. I will allow 4 decimal place pag row, Romin, Romax, Robbie. Hanggang 4 decimal place, pwede. And then yung finally, si Romy naman, 1.4 of FY. Yun yung formula sa NCP, 0.0034. Double check din. Tama?
Nagaling kay si Dr. Romela.
Wala eh. Di ba? Hindi, wala pa dyan. Baka kala siguro niya, walang office.
Alam po niya
Oo.
hindi.
Alam niya may office. May nilakad siguro. Napagod sa pag-check yun ng Okay, tama. Hello. Yung Romin at saka Romax, tama ah. Hello.
Yes po, sir.
Okay, then, ngayon, sabi ni Dit Gilisanya, kasi para ideally, huwag kang lalagpas sa Romin at saka Romax, assume mo na lang between 50 to 60%. Ang inassume ko, 0.5 or 50% ng Romax, ng Robi. Okay, so technically, 0.5 multiplied by 0.0288 yun. Kasi 50%, no? Or 0.5 of Robi. So, lumabas niya is 0.0144. Paki-double check kung tama.
Tama po.
Okay, good. Ngayon, i-compare mo na lang ulit, technically, mas malaki siya sa Romin, which is 0.0034, at it is also less than 0.0216. Yung bagong edition ni Dit Gilisanya, ang assumption niya sa row is hindi na ginawang 50 to 60 ng Robi. Kung di ang ginawa niya, I think is tinaasan niya ng konti, 70 to 80. Halos malapit na sa maximum. Pero okay na to. Total design lang naman to, class. Hindi ako magbibigay ng design problem sa exam, ha? Technically. Maaring bigay ko to sa mga LA nyo, yung learning activities pag-design. Okay, no problem. Pero pag sa investigation, we are going to use the actual. Okay? Actual ang gagamitin na value, ha? O, maliwanag. Any question regarding step 5? Ayan, matapos na tayo. Tapos punta tayo investigation. Para next week, siguro pwede na tayo mag-exam next week. Bibigyan ko na rin ng LA, ha? Okay. For investigation lang muna ng singly reinforced concrete beam. Okay? Singly reinforced. Okay, any questions so far? Wala?
Wala po, sir.
Good. Lahat yata nakasarado ang mga pakibukas nga, everyone. Nagsasarado na naman kayo. I told you not to shut down your Hindi ko alam kung nakikinig pa kayo dyan sa akin. I'm sorry. Pasensya na dahil wala ako dyan sa inyo. Sige na, come on, open everyone. Para alam ko na nandiyan pa rin kayo. Don't close until the end of the class. Okay? Everyone, open your cam. Yeah. Okay, walang tanong about step 5? Walang tanong? Okay, wala Okay. So next, yung step 6 naman, compute for omega. Ngayon, nagpasok pa siya ng panibagong parameter, omega. Kasi base dun sa mamaya bibigay ko yung derived moment ng ultimate moment capacity of the beam. Okay? Bibigay ko yung derived formula niya. Tapos mapapansin nyo, dalawa yung formula gamitin, under compression kasi at saka under tension. Sa compression, meron pang isang parameter na in-insert si NSCP. Omega ang tawag dito, hindi W yan, omega yan. Okay? Which is rho Fy over Fc prime. And alam naman natin na yung rho is 0.0144, tapos Fy is 415, and then Fc prime is 28 megapascal. So the resulting value for omega is 0.2134. O paki-compute nyo nga kung tama.
Tama po, sir.
Okay, good. Ngayon, technically, okay, nagdi-design tayo. Sa design ngayon, para din to sa LRFD, di ba naalala niyo sa LRFD, mayroon din tayong reduction factor. Ang reduction factor P, kasama yan to determine the ultimate. Kaya sabi natin, parehas din to sa steel, di ba? Naalala niyo to? From steel design, Mu is equal to P of Mn. Sa LRFD, parehas. Naalala niyo siya? O, ibig sabihin, yung ultimate moment is equal to the reduction factor P multiplied by Mn. Ano yung Mn? Mn is denominal. So, it must be, pag design purposes, this should be greater than, dapat yung Mu capacity nito, no? Mu capacity, dapat to should be greater than or equal. This should be greater than equal to mu max, yung kinumpute natin kanina. To be safe, no? Para maging safe tayo. Okay? Technically. Huwag ka raw lalagpas ng mu max. Yan. Wag kang bababa ng mu max para maging safe yung beam mo. Kasi capacity yun eh. Ha? So para sa ding steel design. Ngayon, ano yung value ng P? The same value for phi is applied. This is 0.9. Okay? Ang formula ngayon for finding the mu capacity or the nominal moment capacity, dalawang formula yan. Okay. Pakita ko lang briefly ha, paano nakuha yung formula na yan ha. Ay, investigation na pala ito. Sana meron pa akong pero nandiyan yung explanation. Doon sa libro ni Dit Gilisanya, meron diyang explanation class. Pakiano niya na lang ha. Dito ko na lang siguro yung derivation ng formula. Paano nakuha yung dalawang formula na yun ha. Pakita ko na lang sa inyo briefly ha. Dali lang naman. Idodrawing ko lang dito ha. Ito, dito na lang. Lagay ko rito yung derivation ng formula para pag sinend ko sa inyo mamaya, although may explanation si Dit Gilisanya yan, kung paano na-derive yung formula na yon. Ito yun, no? This one. Ito yung beam natin, class. This is our beam. Okay, ayan. Ito yung AS. Okay. Tapos ito yung neutral axis. Okay, that is the neutral axis. This is B. Okay, this one is D. Okay, this one is the total thickness T. And this one is the steel cover, SC. Yan. Okay, this one is the neutral axis. Ngayon, gumawa si Dit Gilisanya gumawa ang anong tawag dito, we call it the stress block. Ito yung stress block parameter niyan. Ayan, no? Stress diagram. Gumawa siya ng stress diagram in such a way, meron tayong two particular forces. Above the neutral axis is compression. Ina-assume natin, under compression yan. This one is compression. And below is tension at midspan. So ito is section. Section of singly reinforced concrete beam. At midspan. Okay? Yan. Ito naman, stress diagram to. We call this as the stress diagram. So technically, itong stress diagram nito, okay, we have two particular forces sa taas at saka sa baba. On top is compression and below is tension. Okay? Yan, stress diagram yan. Ha? Okay. So ito yung derivation. Derivation of formula. Pakita ko lang ha. Now, meron din dito yung distance. Ang tawag dito is stress block parameter A. Okay? At at the same time, yung maximum stress sa taas is 0.85 of FC prime. Ano yung FC prime natin? Yun yung compressive strength given in the problem. Yung compressive strength of the concrete. Yun yung maximum stress niya sa taas. And then in-assume na uniform load siya. Yung distribution ng stress na yan, no? At a distance A, which is a stress block parameter ang tawag doon, no? Okay? Likewise, so magkakaroon ka ng dalawang resultant. One on top, under compression, kasi in-assume natin sa taas ng beam is compression at the midspan, and sa below the neutral axis naman is under tension. Yun yung open. Naka-open siya eh. Kaya tension yun, no? Pinaliwanag ko na last time, no? Okay. Yung open portion ng beam. Yung sa taas na doon yung load kaya compression sa midspan. Naka-concentrated yung load doon. Okay, technically. So, ang dinidesign natin, itong width niya, B, at saka effective depth, including the thickness. That is our priority. Paano nga natin madidesign to? Technically, no? Yun ang tanong. Ngayon, therefore, okay, the point here now, in order to design, gagamitan lang natin ng statics. Mag-moment-moment lang tayo, ha? So, this one is your tension force T. Okay. Ngayon, alam natin from MDB or mechanics of deformable body that stress is equal to the force multiplied by divided by the area. Tama? From MDB yan, simple stress formula. Am I correct? Naalala nyo? Hello? Can you recall this?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, so naalala niyo to, ha? Ngayon, in such a way, sinimplified pa niya. In terms of the force, it is also equal to the stress multiplied by the area. Simplification yun. Or cross multiplying the stress by the area will give you the force. Okay? So, bakit force? Kasi nga, we have two forces here, two resultant force, under compression and tension. Meaning to say, pag in-apply ko to doon sa atin sa resultant ng force na yon using the simple stress formula, so ang compression force natin C on top, since uniform siya, okay, is equal to sigma. Anong sigma niya? Ang sigma is the stress of the concrete. Sabi nga natin, sabi ni USD, dapat 0.85 lang of FC5 ang maximum. Maliwanag, ha? 0.85. Huwag kang lalagpas daw ng 0.85. Kaya dito, it is now 0.85 of FC prime. Ito yung stress class. Yan ang stress niya. Okay? Next. Ano naman yung area? So technically, ang area na pinag-usapan, kasi nakaganyan yan, no? O ito yung cross-sectional area ng beam, itong kamay ko. O imagine niyo ito yung compression force. Along the longitudinal yan, ha? Yung pahabang direction, ha? Hindi yung short direction, ha? So ito yung force, no? Ayan yung pen ko, no? Pointing towards that direction. So yun yung total resultant, compression sa taas. Okay? Perpendicular yan. Assume natin na perpendicular siya dun sa cross-sectional area ng beam natin. Kasi ang beam naman, ang cross-section na, nakaganyan yan eh. Hindi naman nakaganon yung beam eh. Pahaba yung beam, di ba? Okay? So yung cross-section. Ay, magaling kayo dyan, mga perspective nyo as architectural students, di ba? Para pag nag-drawing kayo ng perspective. So ito yun, yung section na yun. Whereas yung nadidevelop na force, longitudinally, dalawa yun. Sa taas is compression, sa baba naman is tension, pabaliktad. Maliwanag. Because of the concrete, which is strong under compression sa taas and weak under tension sa ilalim. Therefore, okay, ano yung total force ngayon ng C? Ayun nga, from MdB, it is sigma multiplied by the A. Ano yung area? Technically, ang area mo ngayon is the stress plus parameter A, ayun, multiplied by the width. Kasi yung width ng beam, tama, pag nakaganito, ayan, imagine niyo, width ng beam yun, AB. Yun ang exact value niya. C is equal to 0.85 of FC prime of AB. Okay, maliwanag? Hello? Any questions so far? I hope naintindihan nyo, ha? Okay. Statics lang yan, MDB, ang application. Doon sa baba naman, okay, ganun din, ang application natin, this time, assume natin na still yields. Technically, pwede natin gamitin yung FY, okay, in the solution process. Assume muna na still yields yan, no? Nag-yield na, ibig sabihin, umabot na siya sa yielding point. Lumagpas na siya sa proportional limit towards the ultimate strength. Kaya, ang formula niya ngayon, again, using sigma, ang sigma niya is Fs or Fy. Sige, Fs muna gamitin. Okay, if you want to, that is the actual tensile strength multiplied by the area or Fs multiplied by the area. Yan. So there exists now two particular forces. Anong sabi sa statics? Para maging balance sila, para silang couple, di ba? Naalala niyo sa statics to? Okay? What is couple? Couple are two forces parallel to each other but opposite in direction but equal in magnitude. Yun ang properties ni couple. So parang couple lumalabas para mabalansin nila. Ibig sabihin daw, kailangan para in the balance condition, yung compression force mo sa taas must more or less be equal to the tensile force T sa baba. And therefore, ano itong distance nito? Yung lever arm distance niya nung couple mo. So, alam natin, itong resultant, again, from statics, ang location niya, pagka mga uniform load, nasa gitna yan. Rectangular o uniform load, it is always at the middle ang resultant. Tinuro sa statics to. Kaya pag nagko-compute kayo ng mga uniform load, di ba? Kinukuha niya yung resultant, nasa gitna yun. So, ano yung distance na yun of the resultant from top fiber? Therefore, that is A over 2. Ayun. Okay, can you follow? A over 2 yon, kalahati. In distance niya, no? Kasi distance A is the stress block parameter. Whereas, ano naman yung distance between C and T? Therefore, that is the minus A over 2. Kasi yung effective depth from the top fiber to the centroids of your reinforcement. Okay? So, ang lever arm distance of this couple now is D minus A over 2. Okay, question? Hello, question? Question? Nan? Hello, wala kayong tanong? Okay. Walang tanong, ha? Hello? Baka may tanong, ha? Okay. So, therefore, na-create natin yung dalawang couple na yan. And technically, one of the failures of the beam, for flexure to, ha? Flexural strength or flexure. Itong diderive natin formula. Pag flexure, it means this will consider bending moment. Kasi flexure is bending eh. Oh. So magkakaroon to ng moment dito. Ayun. That will be now your moment. It will produce a certain moment. Tawagin nating Mn. So actually, Mn later on is the nominal na ginamit natin sa LRFD, nominal moment. Eh ano yung moment na yun? Actually, that is the couple. Sabi natin sa couple, di ba, sa statics, is the product of the force by the lever arm distance. Napakadali. Okay, tama? Kung naalala niyo si couple, okay, C is equal to F multiplied by D. Ano yung F? Either compression or tension. That is the force. Either F o either C or T. Depending, kung halimbawa, mag-moment ako sa T, eh makukuha natin moment due to compression yun. O ano ngayon yung moment due to compression? Lagyan natin, ha? Now, based on statics na, no? From statics naman. Okay, from statics. So, sabi ni statics, nila Singer, couple is equal to the product of the force multiplied by the distance. Ito yun, yung formula na yun. Okay, from statics yan. Couple yun. Ngayon, para makompute natin yung force na yon at saka makompute natin yung couple or moment, actually that is the moment. Nominal moment yan. Okay? So how do we compute it? Okay, technically, at ano muna tayo? Due to compression. Okay, at compression zone. Lagyan natin, at compression zone. Or if you take moment along the tension zone, I'm sorry. Okay, due to compression, ha? Number 1. At compression, ha? Due to compression. Okay. Significantly, if you take moment along the tension zone is equal to 0, then the nominal moment due to compression now, okay, shall be equal to the product of the force. Sabi niya, ano yung force mo? That is your force C, isn't it? Tama ba? Hello? Statics lang to. This is statics. That is the compression force C. And then multiply it by the lever arm distance. Ano yung lever arm distance natin? Okay, that will be yung distance between the two force, no? D minus A over 2. Ayun. Okay? O, napakadali, di ba? Using statics by taking moment. Doon ka nag-moment sa ilalim, ha? Sa ilalim yun. Dalawa yan eh. Sa ilalim ka nag-moment para makompute mo yung moment due to compression. Okay? So, pag sinubstitute mo ngayon si C, what is the value of C? Or, we can state that moment due to compression shall be equal to 0.85 FC prime, okay, multiplied by AB, then multiplied by quantity D minus A over 2. This will now give us the first equation. So, lagyan natin equation 1 dash A. Ibig sabihin, ito rin yung moment. Napakadali naman tandaan, no? Kung makalimutan nyo, mag-moment lang. Ang dali-dali i-memorize nito, no? That is now the moment due to, nominal moment due to compression. Kasi nag-moment tayo sa tension. How about if I consider taking moment along the compression side naman, sa kabila? Any question about MNC? So that is 0.85 of FC prime AB multiplied by quantity D minus A over 2. Ganun kadali lang. Okay? Actually, itong formula to, gagamitin natin to all throughout hanggang matapos tayo. Ito rin ang formula na pagbabasihan lang natin para kahit pumunta tayo sa column. So, napakadali. Maliwanag? Question from the class? None? Hello? Wala? Okay, so yun yung first equation. How about due to tension? Due to tension naman. Si Dit Galisanya, merong discussion din dyan. Hanapin nyo na lang, ha? Okay, sundan nyo. Nandun din yan. Parehas din itong sinasabi ko sa na inanin niya, diniscuss niya dyan. Okay, due to tension naman. So pag tension naman, okay, the formula, okay, if I sum up moment along the compression zone or is equal to 0, tawagin naman natin siya, the nominal moment capacity due to tension is this time T, tama ba? T, yung force T naman, tension, no? Multiplied by quantity D minus A over T. The same. Parehas din yung ano nila, distance, di ba? Oh, kasi moment yan eh. Or, perhaps, if I simplify this, okay, we can also consider that the moment, nominal moment due to tension, shall be equal to ASFY. ASFS pala, sorry. Baguhin na lang natin to. Unahin na natin yung AS, ha? Kasi kadalasan ito nauuna eh. AS, pero parehan naman, doesn't matter. ASFS. Okay. So that will be AS, FS, then multiply it by quantity D minus A over 2. Ayun, this will now be our, tawagin natin equation 2 dash A. Okay? Yan. Any question? So yun yung formula, napakadali for us to determine the bending moment based on statics. So yun yung basic assumption lang. Okay? Ngayon, mamaya, ibibigay ko rin sa inyo yung formula on how to check whether steel yields or not based on strain diagram naman yun. Okay, so ano yung strain diagram? So literally, magkakaroon tayo ng strain diagram dito in such a way na meron tayong two particular strain. Ano ba yung strain? Yung elongation yun. That is what we call elongation, in which magkakaroon ng elongation due to steel at saka elongation due to concrete. Sa elongation ni concrete, theoretically, that is 0.003. Okay, and then distance na, ito yung distance na sinasabi ko, this is now your distance C from the neutral axis. Ito naman, okay, the remaining distance, okay, at the point of zero strain, this one is taken as D minus C distance. Okay, therefore, if epsilon of S from our MDB again, derived by Singer, sabi niya from Hooke's law, that stress is directly proportional to strain. Ang sinabi rin ni Singer doon, stress is also equal to the product of the strain multiplied by the modulus of elasticity. From MDB yun. Or, epsilon of S can be also expressed as Fs divided by ES. Ayan. O, ang tawag dito strain diagram naman. Mamaya gagamitin natin to determine the actual, to check whether steel yields or not, para makompute natin yung actual Fs. Kasi ang problema rito, pag hindi nag-yield yan, at less than Fy, gamitin yung Fs. Pero pag nag-yield, use Fy. Ang tawag dito strain diagram, ha? Okay. Yung sa taas, yung concrete naman, nakapix siya sa 0.003 ang strain niya. Epsilon of C is 0.003. Teka, nawala ulit ako. Sorry. Babalik ako, ha? Magre-reconnect ako. Okay, nawala lang ako saglit, ha? Okay. Okay, so yan. Now, therefore, okay, yung strain niya dito is 0.003. Ito ang tawag dito is epsilon of C. Bakit naman nag-a-appear to? Ano ba to? Nawawala ako. Sorry. Bakit man nagkakaroon nun? Okay. Basta yung nasa taas, epsilon of C yun, ha? That is epsilon of C. Masyado kasi na usog dun and I cannot write down. No? So, epsilon of C to. This one is epsilon of C. Yan. Epsilon of C to. Plus. Okay, we call this as the epsilon of C. Sa concrete taas, under compression is concrete. Sa baba is steel. Yung elongation niya. And the value given by the code, ACI code, is 0.003. Huwag niyo na akong tanungin, ha? Bakit 0.003 yan? Okay? So, na-modified pa itong mga formula nito. So, technically, from ultimate strength or MU capacity of the beam, moment capacity, ultimate moment capacity of the beam now, the ultimate from LRFD and USD, ultimate moment capacity na, no? Okay. MU, no? MU capacity. It is now MU capacity or MU must be equal to P of MN, where parang sa LRFD, MU is the ultimate moment, capacity of the beam. Okay, in kilonewton meter, while Mn is the nominal. Magkaiba yun, ha, class. Nominal at saka ultimate, ha. Nominal naman, Mn is the nominal moment capacity of the beam, of the non-pre-stress beam. Ang tawag nila dyan, non-pre-stress beam. Hindi ko na lang nilagay, ha. Tingnan nyo doon sa libro ni Ditilizania, ha. And P is the reduction factor, which is equal to 0.9. Reduction factor for flexure or bending. And it is equal to 0.9. Okay? So, pag alam mo si Mn, substitute mo lang yung P, you can determine Mu. Okay, tawagin natin itong equation 2. This one will be a second equation. Now, mayroon pang modified formula. Okay, modified formula. Maraming formula si A class. Hindi ko na i-discuss, mahaba eh. Marami yan, 4 yan, no? 4 yung formula ni binigay ni NCP. Modified formulas, no? Okay. For MU, MNC. Nominal moment capacity under compression. Ito yung modified formula. Isa sa mga formula noon, kanina binanggit ko, since yung A kasi, there are so many formulas. 4 yung formula ni A. Tingnan nyo na lang mamaya, yung mga formula niya. Derived from statics and derived from basic formula. Ang unang formula given, A is equal to beta 1 of C. Ito yung first formula for A. So, tandaan niyo yan, yan is the first formula. Sinabi ko na kanina, okay, pag if FC prime is greater than or equal to 30, sabi natin, use beta 1 is equal to 0.85. Ito yung gamitin, ha? Nalalagpas na. Second condition, if FC prime is, less than pala to. Less than or equal. Baliktad. Less than or equal to 30 megapascal MPa. Okay? Gamitin mo, use beta 1 is 0.85. Okay, pag lumagpas ka ng 30, Fc prime is greater than 30 megapascal. Ito naman ang gamitin. Use beta 1 is equal to 0.85 minus 0.05. Paki-double check nyo na lang over 7 multiplied by Fc prime, quantity Fc prime minus 30. Yan. Yan ang formula gagamitin, ha? Okay, tingnan nyo muna yung value ng Fc prime, ha? Likewise, okay, if Fc, if in all Fc prime, for all values of Fc prime, okay, ang sabi niya, huwag ka rin daw bababa ng beta 1 must be greater than and equal to 0.65. Ayun, huwag ka rin bababa ng 0.65. Okay, there you are. So yan ang mga first formula yan for A. Isa sa mga formula to, modified formulas for stress block parameter A. Marami pa siya, dalawa pa yung binigay niya, no? Pakitingnan niya na lang. Yung isa naman, second formula niya, if I sum up forces along the x equal to 0, T is equal to C, where that is AS, Fs shall be equal to 0.85 of Fc prime of AB. Kaya ang A, the second formula is equal to AS, Fs divided by 0.85 Fc prime of B. Ito is alternative formula pa rin yan. Okay? Then the third one, isa pang binigay niya, we know that from steel ratio, sabi niya, rho is equal to AS over BD, or AS is equal to rho BD. And then if I substitute natin ngayon to sa equation 2. So substitute AS in equation 2. So pag sinubstitute mo yan, okay, therefore A is equal to rho BD Fs, okay, over 0.85 of Fc prime of B. Na pag sinimplify mo to, B will be cancelled out. Yan. Maka-cancel out si B, okay? So what remains now is that A, third formula is that equals to rho Fs of D all over 0.85 of Fc prime. Yan. Another formula. Third formula yan. And finally, yung fourth formula niya, since omega, yung kanina ginamit natin, is equal to rho Fy over Fc prime to determine rho, okay? Then, or perhaps, rho is equal to omega Fc prime of over Fy. So, yun yung simplified naman in terms of rho, okay? Para ma-eliminate natin si rho, no? Technically in the formula. Then, substitute again. Substitute rho in equation 3. Hence, A now will be equal to omega Fc prime of Fy, okay, multiplied by D all over 0.85 of Fc prime. So to simplify, pag sinimplify natin ngayon to, what is the value of A in terms of omega? So A now will be equal to, okay, cancelled out natin itong Fc prime. This is over Fy nga pala, no? Teka. Omega of Fc prime over Fy. Sorry, nawala yung Fy dito. Ayun. Okay, so pag sinimplify natin to, class, when we simplify this, makancel natin si Fy and also Fc prime. Therefore, A, the alternative formula for A, in terms of omega now, A is equal to I-encircle ko na lang, ibablock ko sila lahat ha. Nasa NECP to, class nandyan lahat yan, yung kay Dit Gilsania. In-explain ko lang ha, para at least meron lang kayong knowledge paano niya na-derive itong mga formula na to. So A now is equal to omega sub D over 0.85. Ito yung gagamitin natin mamaya to determine A in terms of omega, if omega is given. Ayan. Okay? So these are some of the helpful formulas that we can use to determine the stress block parameter, because this one is an unknown factor to, class. Unknown siya, no? Unknown parameter yan that we need to determine one by one. Okay? So apat sila. Apat yan. This is the first one. Okay, question? So pag alam mo na A is equal to omega sub D over 0.85, ano ngayon yung modified formula? What is the modified formula? No? Ito yung modified formula niya ngayon for finding your MU. Okay, so since Mn under compression ngayon, no, ang modified niya formula will be, sabi natin, from equation 1, okay, from equation 1 dash A, lagyan natin na from, yung unang equation natin, yung derived formula, equation 1 dash A, of the first formula for nominal moment capacity, MNC is equal to 0.85 of FC prime of A, B, multiplied by quantity D minus A over 2. Ayun. Di ba? Ito yung formula na yun, yung kanina. Yung moment. Okay? So, pag ni-replace ko ngayon ng A in terms of omega, that will now be 0.85 of FC prime of omega, which is 0.85, omega sub D, sino yun? Pumapasok. Omega sub D, so we have now omega sub D, okay, all over 0.85 okay, omega sub D over 0.85, okay, and then multiply it by B, yan, and then multiply it by quantity D minus A over 2 is omega sub D over 0.85 divided by 2. Yan. Okay? So technically, magka-cancelled out ngayon yung 0.85, 0.85. Ayan. Okay, ano pa? Itong dito naman, if you try to factor out yung D and try to simplify it, okay? Or, therefore, MNC now, the nominal moment capacity under compression, okay, if I try to simplify this, will be FC prime BD squared omega, simplify na-simplify na to, multiplied by quantity 1 minus 0.59 of omega. This is now the alternative formula for finding, shall I say, the moment capacity under compression. Tawagin natin to equation 1 dash A prime. So pwede kayong gumamit. Either that one or this one will do. Okay, maliwanag? Ayun, ganun lang kadali. Question from the class. Hello, kasi minsan, for purposes of design and investigation, ginagamit natin omega. Okay? Pwede mong compute si omega. Okay? One by one. You determine rho, tapos determine mo si omega, directly you can compute for the moment. And then check mo na lang later on before computing for the moment whether still yields or not. Pag nag-still yields, technically, you cannot use omega. Still does not yield, sorry. Pag hindi pa lang nag-yield. Okay? Mamaya ibibigay ko yung formula, no? For finding whether still yields or not. So, dalawa yung formula na pwede nyo gamitin, no? In finding for the nominal moment capacity. Ngayon, kanina, doon sa problem, kaya ako dinerive ngayon to, I was forced to derive it because we will be using that formula. Two alternative formula. Pwedeng equation 1 dash A or 1 dash A prime. Okay? So, apply natin ngayon doon sa problem. Apply natin, ha? Dinerive ko lang. At complete discussion nandiyan kay Dit Gilisanya. Nandiyan lahat yan. Yung discussion niya, no? Okay, sana tayo? Sa design pa rin tayo, di ba? Susunod yung investigation. Dali lang naman to. Yun na. Inano ko na yung concept, no? Okay. Then, dito, sinabi nga, pag alam mo si rho, okay, you can also compute for omega using the same formula naman, no? Our omega is rho pfy over fc prime. So, technically, that will now be 0.0144 by 415 over 28. Ang lumabas kay omega is 0.2134. Pwedeng 3 decimal place. I will accept 3 decimal place. Except for rho, pwede rin siya hanggang 4. Paki-compute niya kung tama. Step 6, compute for omega. Come on, make it pass. Tama ba?
Tama po.
Okay, so tama. Any question about step 6? Panes, tama ba? Step 6, compute to omega. By the way, sinabi dyan ni Dit Gilisanya, di ba? Tingnan mo nga, Iha. Compute for omega.
Yes po, tama po.
Good, ayan. So, next, step 7, pakibasa mo, Panis. What is step 7?
Solve for B. Tama po ba? BD squared.
Okay, solve for BD squared. Thank you, tama. Solve for BD squared. How do we solve for BD squared? Yan. Kanina, yun nga, dinerive ko na kanina yung formula for omega. Kasi pag hindi ko dinerive yun, hindi nyo malalaman yung formula na yun, no? The alternative formula based from statics. Okay? So, technically, para ma-solve natin o nandito silang dalawa, oh. O silang tatlo pala, sorry. The three of them. Oy, nawala na naman. Yan. Okay, yung dinerive ko siya, oh, mapansin niyo yung second formula for nominal moment capacity under compression. It was found there, nandito yung formula na yon, that MNC from the derived formula is FC prime BD squared omega multiplied by quantity 1 minus 0.59 omega. Take note na si FC prime is constant, omega is constant, okay? And BD squared is the unknown. Yan ang hinahanap natin, yung section. O, dinidesign natin yan, di ba? Okay, yung section, parang ito, Bim, oh. Ayan, my cellphone. O, tingnan yung cellphone nyo. Yung width at saka yung effective depth. Halimbawa, ito yung camera nung sa section. Baliktarin nyo lang, oh. Ayun, oh. O, ganyan, no? Yan yung beam nyo. Ayun yung reinforcement, yung parang camera na yon. So, yun ang dinidesign natin, yung width at saka effective depth. Okay? So, how can we how can we design now the section? So, ito lang gamitin natin. In-apply natin yung principle na under this condition, nagdi-design tayo, gamitin mo muna yung MU max. Kasi yung MU max is the maximum supplied moment. Okay? Magkaiba yan sa MU capacity. Ay wala pa tayong MU capacity dahil wala pa naman tayong section. So technically, kaya nga natin yung design, gamitin mo muna yung supplied moment, yung maximum. Okay? Therefore, pag ginamit natin yung MU max in the design, ayan ha. Okay. Investigation tayo. Ito yung susunod na problem. Okay. Ayan. So, ginamit natin that MU capacity is P of MN. Don't forget yung P, ha? Pag MU yung pinag-uusapan, ha? Kailangan may reduction factor, 0.9 yun. And then, it must be greater than or equal daw to MU max for design purposes. In even investigation, to make it sure na safe siya. Pag nag-investigate naman tayo, dapat yung MU capacity, huwag kang bababa ng MU max due to supplied load. Okay? Ngayon, yung MU max kanina, that is due to supply, ayun, na-compute naman natin, 198.9. Tama? Okay. I hope that is correct, no? And then 10 to the 6. Bakit 10 to the 6? Kasi kilonewton meter yan. So conversion factor para maging newton millimeter, you have to multiply it by 1 million. Kasi 1 kilonewton is 1,000 newton, then 1 meter is 1,000 millimeter. Kaya 10 to the 6. You just add the 2. Okay? And it must be equal lang to P. O anong P natin? 0.9. And then FC prime is 28. Tapos yung unknown variable na BD squared. Okay? Multiplied by omega 0.2134 by quantity 1 minus 0.59 of 0.2134. So the resulting value, again, ito yung ginamit natin ulit sa steel, no? In our previous steel design. Sabi ko, when you round up numbers, unit tapos 6 decimal places. Tandaan nyo ha, unit 6 decimal places times 10 to the n. O ano ang n natin? Lumabas sa solution, paki-multiply nyo lang, okay? If you transpose the other, the coefficient of BD squared to the other side and to divide it by 198.9, ito yung lumabas, 4.2313377. Paki-double check kung tama. Times 10 to the 7 millimeter cube yan. Kasi expressed in millimeter. Paki-double check. Are they correct? Sige, paki-double check nyo. Double check. Sige, double check nyo kung tama. Is it correct? Correct, class. Tama ba?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, good. Yan. Any question now? So, ito yung dinidesign natin, the properties of the material in terms of the width and the effective depth, ha? Okay. Sandali lang, mag-CCR lang ako, ha? Matatapos na tayo for design. Okay, madali lang itong design, ha? I hope everyone can follow, ha? Okay. Sandali lang, mag-CCR lang ako, ha? Okay, so far may tanong, class? Hello? Walang tanong? Question? Wala? So we continue, ha? Okay, we go to the next page, ha? Okay, yan. Ayun na. Ngayon, sabi ni Dit Gilisanya, read the step, Panes. Basa mo ulit. Yeah. Hello, Panes. You read it?
Hello, sir.
Go ahead. Read mo. Basahin mo.
Try a ratio of D over B from D is equal to 1.5B to D is equal to 2B and solve for D. Round off this value to reasonable dimension.
Okay, good. Thank you. Ngayon, gagawa tayo ng trial section. Ayan. Ano yung trial section? Ito yung minimum required section ng beam, rectangular beam, in terms of width at saka effective depth. Pwede ka raw gumamit ng trial section mo kasi dalawa yung variable, di ba? We cannot solve it. You cannot solve any section unless meron kang ideal section between the two. Ang ideal niya, pwedeng gamitin mo na 1.5 of B or D is equal to 2B. Ayun, ang relations ng dalawa, no? Hence, pagka sinubstitute ngayon natin dyan, if I consider or let D is equal to 1.5 of B and then substitute that in that equation, so B multiplied by 1.5 squared, 1.5B squared, parenthesis, okay, that will be equal to 4.231337 times 10 to the 7. I-square nyo yung 1.5 and then it will be the divisor of your 4.231377 times 10 to the 7 to the other side equation, and then you take the cube root. Ang lalabas niya is 265.929. Okay, paki-check nyo muna. 269.929. Double check, tama ba? Again, I repeat, 4.231377 times 10 to the 7, then divide it by 1.5 squared, kasi squared yun, no? Okay, the coefficient. Then take the cube root, or 1/3, raised to 1/3. Hello? Is that correct? Para magkaroon na tayo ng section. Come on, make it pass. Bibigay ko na yung LA nyo, ha? Okay. So, siguro gawin ko na lang, discuss ko na muna yung next meeting, investigation, tapos punta na tayo sa Dobli. Tapos mag-exam na lang tayo, even perhaps the following week na lang. Puro exam na lang, yung mga remaining weeks, ha? Okay. Okay, ilan? Tama?
Tama po, sir.
Okay, good. Ayan. So, sabi natin, D is 1.5 of B. So, pag sinubstitute nyo naman, that is 398.894. Paki-double check kung tama rin. Since D is equal to 1.5 of D.
Yes po, sir.
Okay, good. So, kailangan sa actual, wala naman kasi sa actual na point something, no? Sa mga plano pag naggagawa kayo ng structural plan. Usually whole number yan at kadalasan either 0 or 5. So technically, you have to round up. Don't round down, ha? Round up pataas either by 5 or by tens. Kasi yung 265, actually pwede ng 265 yun. Kaya lang, to be sure, akyat mo na lang sa taas. Dagdagan mo, increase mo na lang. Pwede siyang 270 while yung 398 maging 400. So technically, meron na tayong value for BND, no? And finally, you can also as well determine now the thickness. Kasi thickness is equal to effective depth plus 60, di ba? Which is steel cover. 16 steel cover, no? Okay? So the total thickness now is 460. And then, dyan sa table 2 ng NSCP, meron si Singer, si Dit Gilisanya dyan na table 2 from NECP 2010 regarding the minimum thickness of beam and slabs. Pakitingnan nyo nga yung second row. Sa beams yung second row. Check it. Table 2. Okay. Ngayon, dyan, nakita nyo? Panes, nakita mo? Hello, have you seen it, Iha?
Yes po yung beams or rib 1
So, ano yung for simply supported? What is the minimum required?
L over 16.
Okay, good. L over 16. Tapos meron din yata dyan yung continuous beam, discontinuous beam, at saka cantilever. Tama? Oh, may value dyan, ha? Yan ang basis natin for finding the minimum thickness. Ngayon, kung L over 2 ang thickness natin given in the problem, okay, tingnan natin kung mag-conform yung thickness natin, ha? Is 6 meters. So, kaya siya? Okay, check natin. Else, pag bumaba ka sa minimum, dapat use the minimum. Okay, kaya minimum yun. So, that is 6,000 divided by 16. Paki-compute nyo nga. Yung satisfactory to based on the NSCP provision. What is 6,000 over 16? Come on, everyone. Para matapos na tayo.
Ano, 6,000 over 16 po, sir?
L over 16, sabi mo, di ba? 6,000 meters O, 6,000 yun.
375.
Okay, good. 375 eksakto. Yan. So, is it satisfactory? Hindi siya bumaba? Class? Hello? Satisfactory ba? Ha? Okay ba yung thickness natin na 460? Yes or no? Yes. Kasi hindi ka naman bumaba, oh. Ayan. Satisfied, oh. Greater than siya dun sa minimum. Kaya nga minimum mo, Huwag kang bababa raw dun, ha? Yun ang sabi ni NACP. Pag bumaba ka, then use the minimum. Maliwanag, ha? Yun ang gagamitin mo minimum, yung L over 16 for simply supported beam. Question regarding this matter. Regarding the thickness, the width, kumpleto na tayo sa section. Meron na tayong width, effective depth, at saka yung thickness. Next. Panes, may sinabi pa ba siya dyan? After that? Ano yung susunod na step? Para matapos na tayo.
For step 8 pa po ba or step 9 na po?
Wala na siyang binanggit sa step 8.
Meron po sabi, after solving for D, substitute its value to step 7 and solve for B. Pero nagawa naman.
Nagawa na natin yun. Ha?
Apa.
Then,
Compute the weight of the beam and compare it to the
Oh,
assumption.
oo,
Hindi ko
tama.
na po mabasa. To the
Compare natin
assumption
ngayon yung weight.
in step.
Okay, tama. Nag-assume lang kasi tayo ng weight ng beam. Diba? Naalala nyo kanina? For medium size yung in-assume natin, that is 3.5. Okay? Assume yun. How about yung actual? Sabi niya, i-compare mo na yung actual na weight. And how do you compare for the actual weight? So the actual weight now is the area, the gross area. The gross area of the concrete multiplied by the unit weight of concrete, which is 23.54 kilonewton per cubic meter. Ito lang ang gagamitin nyo, ha? For finding the weight of the beam. Official to, ha? Don't use any other value except this. Ito yung unit weight ni concrete. Kasi ibang authors ginagamit 23.6 or 23.5 or 23. So sa atin, gamitin nyo for accuracy 23.54 kilonewton per cubic meter. Yan ang unit weight ng concrete. Okay? Standard yan. Ngayon, yung area gross is 270 by 460. Kailangan i-convert natin again to meter. Kasi kilonewton per meter cube yun, no? So, they have to divide by 10 to the 6. Okay? And that is actually, the area gross is the product of the width and that of the thickness, or BT. Okay? Tama? Lagyan natin dito. Area gross is equal to B times T. So, ang width natin is 270, tentative width, tapos ang thickness naman is 460. All over 10 to the 6, then multiply it by 23.54. Magka-cancel out yung mga unit weight na yan. Ang matitira is kilonewton per meter. Okay? So the result is 2.924. Yan yung weight ng beam. Actual na yan. Actual weight of the beam. Tama ba? Double check nyo.
Yes po, sir.
Okay, good. So, kung okay siya, ang sinasabi lang naman dito ni okay na. Huwag mo nang baguhin yung ultimate moment, ha? Huwag ka nang bumalik doon sa pinanggalingan natin kanina, no? Since the actual weight now is greater than the assumed. Bababa, so safe siya kasi yung assume natin mataas 3.5. So okay to. Ibig sabihin nito, you are now going to step number 9. So lagyan natin dito, ha? Since this is less than the assumed weight, no? Lagay ko nga rito, ha? Then go to step 9. This is less than, ulitin ko lang, ha? Less than, since this is less than okay, this is less than assumed weight, okay, of 3.5, then therefore go to step 9. Ayan. Hindi niya na ilagay lang dito, no? Go to step 9. Okay na siya. Okay? You don't have to modify the moment. Whereas, lagay ko na lang dito, note ko rito, if, lagay ko note, ha, if WB actual is greater than, pag lumagpas ka naman doon sa assume, okay, weight of beam assume, then go back to step 3. Ayun, balik ka sa step 3. Ano yung step 3? Why step 3? Bakit ka babalik doon? Kasi nga, i-adjust mo ngayon yung ultimate load. Ayan, babaguhin mo yung ultimate load. Hindi na siya 3.5, maaring mas malaki dyan. Ibig sabihin, hindi nakakayanin nung WU mo kasi nga ng maximum moment. So, yun ang ibig lang na for checking purposes. Okay? Maliwanag yun? So, you have to go back to step 3. I-compute mo yung ultimate load and then compute also for the ultimate moment. In which, from there, yan na ngayon yung basis mo for finding again your BBC. Now, yung step 5, 6, and step 5 and 6, neglect mo na kasi constant naman yan. Hindi naman siya related doon. No? So, from step 3, go back to step 3, 4, and 7. To recompute again for your BD squared. Lalaki ulit yung section. Okay? And step 7, lagay ko 3, 4, and 7. So, yun ang arrangement niya. 3, 4, and 7. Yung mga parameters na rho at saka omega, wag niya nang balikan. Constant naman yun, So, doon ka lang babalik sa tatlo. You go back to step 3, okay, 4, and 7. But the same value applies for rho at saka yung omega. Oh, may tanong kayo. Pag lumagpas, pag lumagpas yung assumed weight, lumagpas pala yung actual weight against the assumed. Pero sa investigation, ayan, baka matigas na naman ang ulo, may mga matitigas ang ulo, nagdi-design pa. No need. Kasi bibigay ko na yung actual dimensions, Direct na to. Wag na kayong mag-assume, kasi ganyan ang ginawa sa steel, no? Tsaka sa timber, nagdi-design pa. Hindi. Pag investigation lang. Wala nang design. Meron ng section O, pag matigas ang ulo, bagsak yun. Okay? Sigurado, bagsak na naman yun. Huwag matigas ang ulo, Ito lang kasi design. Dinidesign natin, O, may tanong kayo. Sige, dali, para matapos na. Question? O, maliwanag ba to, class? Step number 8. Okay, that we were able to now to design the section of the beam. Meron na kayong section. May basis na kayo, no? Rectangular section. O, tanong? Hello, Nan? Please reply para matapos na. Come on. Question?
None po, sir.
Okay, good. Ayan. So, wala na kayong tanong. Ibig sabihin, solve na tayo sa section. Ano pa yung isang di-design? Denzel, Jim. Ano pa yung isang di-design natin? Aside from section, binanggit ko kanina. Ano pang kulang? Denzel, come on. Ano pang i-design natin? O tapos na ba tayo? Meron pa ba?
Bars po ba, sir?
Okay, distill bars, correct. O, yan, tama, good. O, ikaw na naman magbasa. Kanina pa si Panes, Ano yung susunod na step? Please buy a book, everyone, Have a copy of the book.
Step 9 po.
Yeah, step 9. Go ahead.
Step 9, solve for the required steel area and number of bars.
Yan, okay. Steel area and reinforcement. Ito na yung final procedure actually, no? This is the last step. Okay, we are going to now consider designing now the reinforcement. O how do we design? Kanina, meron tayong formula. Yung mahabang formula natin na dinerive, no? That sabi natin, Mn is equal to ASFS multiplied by quantity D minus A over 2. Pwede yun, gamitin natin. No problem. Pero sabi ni Dit, may formula siya. Anong binanggit na formula? Use AS required is equal to
PBD po.
hindi P, rho, Greek alphabet.
Rho.
Rho, yan.
Rho
Iba yung
BD.
It's not P, it is rho, Greek alphabet o steel ratio. Rho BD, correct. Yun. So gamitin daw ulit natin yung steel ratio formula to determine the required. Ang steel ratio natin from step number 5, 4 ba yun or 5, is 0.0144. Check na ulit natin. Yun tama. From step 5, 0.0144. Okay? Based on assumed value of 50 to 60% of Pro B. Tapos yung B ngayon, 270 and then yung D naman is 400. Ayun. 270 by 400. So the result, meron na tayong area, 1,555.2. Paki-double check lang kung tama. Ayan, tapos na tayo. Nakapag-design na tayo, finally. We were able to design now. Tama? Dali, make it pass. Meron pa ako isang klase. Dali, come on. Come on, everyone. Sige, para tapos na tayo. Tapos investigation ng next week. Then exam na yon. Susunod na exam. Tapos double reinforce. Agahan na lang natin, hopefully next week. Agahan natin, ha? Siguro may start tayo ng mga at between 12 to 1 para ma-discuss ko na rin yung double reinforce. Mag-exam muna kayo. Mag-exam muna, kumain na kayo, pwede naman kayo kumain dyan while taking the exam, okay, your lunch. Tapos di-discuss ko na si double reinforce. Okay? Siguro 12 o'clock tayo mag-start para ma-discuss ko na yung double reinforce. Ay, hindi pa pala next week. The following week pa pala. Wala pa akong investigation eh. Sorry, the following week. Okay, ano, tama? Hello? Hello, come on. Tama ba? Ba't ang tagal?
Tama po, sir.
Okay, ngayon, kailangan pagka-beam, yung bakal. Ilan yung bilang? Ayan, importante yung bilang. Kaya pag tumungin kayo sa mga structural plan, nagle-layout kayo, gumagawa kayo ng plan, siyempre, indicated yung ilan yung bakal at the midspan, yung required number of rebars at midspan. Now, pwede kayong gumamit, huwag kayong bababa ng 12, ha? 12 is the minimum, pataas, ha? Up to 40. Okay, hindi naman to high-rise, huwag ka nang gagamit ng 40, ha? Masyadong malaki yun. Siguro, between 12, 16, 20, ayan, ha? So, 20 ang ginamit, no? So, pwede bang 16? Pwede. Okay? Pwede bang 25? Pwede. Okay? Basta within the, the limit, no? Nasa range yun. AS required is divided by the area of the bar. Last time, diniscuss ko yung area ng reinforcement based from the Philippine National Standard. So, pag nakalimutan niyo yung area, use the formula. For 20 mm diameter bar, area is pi over 4 by 20 squared. To be divided it from the area required AS, which is 155.2. Ang lumabas is 4.95. Paki-double check kung tama.
Tama po.
Sandali, may sinasagot lang ako, ha? Tama? Paki-double check. O, bilang ng bakal, kailangan 4.95, kailangan round whole number. Hindi pwedeng wala namang decimal place na bakal. Meron ba kayo nakita sa plano? Di ba wala? So whole number, it must be 5. Next unit na lang. Dagdagan niya na lang, ha? Round up to next unit. Ayun, may design na tayo, 520 mm diameter. Ngayon, pwede siyang arrange, nakita yung arrangement. Okay, pwede siyang arrange as, ang tawag dito, bundle bars. 3 rows, 3 rows lang, ha? Single row pero bundled yung dalawa. Kaya 5 Kasi 270 lang yung natin, yung width natin. Tingnan ngayon natin yung spacing ng bars. Kasi minsan, most of the time, chine-check din yung spacing. Hindi pwedeng bumaba doon sa limit. Ang limit ni code, it must be either 1.5 of the diameter of the bar. Tingnan nyo na, nandyan sa provision, no? Yung spacing between bars. O kaya, 3/4 of an inch or 20 mm. Kasi yung 3/4 yung size ng graba. Pag less than that, hindi papasok yung graba. Ha? Tandaan nyo, during construction. May aangat lang yung graba. May iwan sa taas. Hindi makakapasok yun. Kaya check nyo rin yung spacing. No? Kung gumamit tayo ng 20 mm diameter bar, ang concrete cover minimum is 40. Basta concrete cover yan, for beams and columns. Tandaan nyo, 40 mm ang minimum required. All sides yan. Okay? Okay? Ayan. So, kung yan yung na 40 mm, ang ginagamit natin for minimum required ng stirrups, 10 mm. So, kaya nga, to determine the spacing, okay, check natin kung papasok yung 5 na yon, no? Technically, no? According to the or kaya mag-adjust ka na lang ng section pag hindi kaya, Palapara mo na konti yung width ng beam mo. So, 40, magkabilang side is 40-40, and then 10 mm yung stirrups or ties. Okay, stirrups nga, no? Okay, ang tawag sa beam. And then, yung distance niya, dalawang spacing yun, dalawa. So, meaning to say, 270 minus 100 kasi 40 plus 10 plus 10 plus 40 is 100 minus 3 times 20. Ang considered size ng ano mo is 20. So tatlong rows yan, 3 rows. Okay? 3 rows or 3 columns, I'm sorry. 3 columns of reinforcement. Single row lang siya, by the way. Sorry. Single row siya, kaya bundled lang yung dalawa. So 3 minus 20 divided by, ilan yung spaces? Dalawa. You count the number of spacing. So ang lumabas is 55. Paki-double check. And check natin sa minimum requirement. Dapat, sabi ni code, huwag kang bababa ng 1.5 times the diameter of bar, which is 20, and that is equal to 30, or 20 millimeter is the minimum, or that is 3/4 of an inch yun. No? Okay. Paki-double check kung tama na 55. Okay, that's it. That ends my presentation. Okay, tama? Hello? Tama ba? 55. Okay, paki-double check nyo. And then we will go now. So next week, we will go to
Tama po,
investigation. Okay, and then double reinforced concrete beam. Okay? And then the following week, puro exam na lang tayo. Ha? Agahan natin siguro next week para matapos kaagad. Mag-start siguro tayo before 1. Perhaps if we could start at 1 para ma-cover up ko na lahat. And then the following week, puro exam na lang in LA. O maliwanag? I hope you learned something from today's discussion. Natuto tayo. Anong natutunan natin? Mag-design ng beam. Okay? Inulit ko, isang formula lang ang ginagamit. Ha? Hanggang matapos tayo. Napakadali yan para sa inyo. Ha? Okay, makinig lang at basahin ninyong maigi yung maraming problem dyan si Dit Gilisanya pag-aralan nyo. Sundan nyo yung mga problem ni Dit for design and investigation. Okay, meron pang tanong? Wala na? So we go now. Okay, may I ask someone to close the prayer? Lara Ibet. Hello, Lara Ibet. Ikaw nga mag-close the prayer. In the name of the Father, Son,
The
and
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit.
as it
As
was
it was in the beginning, is now, and never shall be, world without an end.
Saint Vincent, Saint Don Bosco.
Pray for us.
In the name of Father, Son, and Spirit. Amen. Okay, class, you may go. Hintayin nyo. Mamaya, padadala ko sa inyo to, ha? Itong lecture na to. Okay, you may go. Class is missed. Okay.
Thank you po.